Shout out to Miss Garcia for sending me this story that is coming out of Jersey City, New Jersey. And yet again, this is just proving something I've been talking about on my channel for ever, it seems, when I talk about us versus them. So you have a picture right here. You see it's a bunch of cops around, and you see a guy right there with a hoodie, some jeans, and some, it looks like some Timbs on, and he's being arrested and he's being hauled off. Now, if you notice, it's a lot of cops out there. And I don't know what kind of truck that is that says Jersey City on it. It looks like, I don't know if that's an ambulance or some type of other, it looks like an emergency vehicle. But anyway, this actually, I think this story just came out today. Yeah, it actually did. So this actually just happened, and it's crazy because this is not on the news, and it should be. But this guy right here, he had a whole standoff with the police for 5 hours. Let me repeat that. He had a standoff with Jersey City police for 5 hours. That is almost an entire workday. If you add additional 3 hours, that's an entire workday. And he was taken in alive. You want to know what's so crazy? Didn't Micah Johnson have a standoff with the police back in 2016 when he did his thing down in Dallas, Texas? But you know, they didn't take him in alive. They sent in this robotic bomb that no one's ever heard of them ever making, and we've never seen it again. It's crazy. They said that they've had those, like they've used that before, but we've never seen them use it before, and we haven't seen them use it since, quite honestly, and that was almost 5 years ago. But anyway, we knew they was BSing about that, so you know it is what it is. So here you have this guy had a 5-hour standoff with the police, and he's taken in alive, and it looks like he's unscathed. Like no bruising, no bleeding, no gunshot wounds, nothing. But more importantly, he's still alive. Let's get into it and see what other details they have about this. An hours-long police standoff and negotiation ended in Jersey City, police removing an armed man from a barricaded car on Clinton Avenue on Tuesday. Jersey City police were assisting North Bergen police with the situation. A North Bergen police investigation led Jersey City police to the car on Clinton Avenue where the man was armed and barricaded, according to Jersey City Police Director Tawana Moody. Officials did not disclose what charges the man is facing or what the North Bergen investigation was focused on. Communipaw Avenue at JFK Boulevard was closed for over 3 hours, as well as several surrounding streets, while officers negotiated with the man. The man was alone with no hostages but armed. No officers were injured, and the man did not resist when he was eventually removed from the car. You know what's so crazy? I bet they weren't even aggressive with him either. You know how when it comes to us, they'll get aggressive with us just so they can say stop resisting. But with them, they'll never say it. They'll never get aggressive with him either. When asked about the heavy police presence and response, and and he was armed. He had a gun. This man actually had a gun. Not say, his hand looked like a gun, or his cell phone looked like a gun, or his wallet looked like a gun, like they do with us. The reason I'm throwing those out there is because those are like the top 3 things they love to say looks like a gun in the hands of a black person. When asked about the heavy police presence and response, Moody replied, We never want to take anything lightly after all we've been through in Jersey City. Bystanders Tim Ramsey and Darren Murphy said they'd been stuck at the scene for over an hour as police had all roads blocked off and their cars are stuck in the scene. See, if I was in that position, I would be ready to fight him. Because it's like, I got places to go and people to see and things to do, and you holding up the progress and people wondering why I can't get to where I'm supposed to be on time. Murphy is an Uber Eats driver and was making a delivery down JFK when the chase happened. I had to cancel the delivery. I can't do any more today because I'm stuck here. And that means that person who got the food couldn't get their food, and this person lost out on money. The city warned residents that emergency personnel would be in that area and to expect street closures. Charges against the man will come from the North Bergen Police Department. But like I said, this is the difference. This is the us versus them. Let me see. I think it's another picture of a more close-up picture that you can see of this guy. Okay, this is him right here. He looks like a wrestler. He almost looks like if Well, I was about to say if the Undertaker had facial hair, but I think no, Undertaker didn't have facial hair. Undertaker had facial hair. He kind of looks like him. This is like a big dude right here. He's the one that held them all. They said that this standoff lasted for 4.5 to 5 hours. Imagine being stuck in that position like that for 4.5 hours. And they said they don't know what the motive of this was. They just said that, you know, he had a standoff with them for 5 hours. I'm gonna see if I can find anything else, because I'm like, why are you having a standoff? Like what caused that? Because all it's saying is that he just barricaded himself in his car. Like, I don't know who does that. Like, I don't know what led to that, but everything that I'm looking at right now is just saying that he just barricaded himself in the car. It doesn't specify what led to it. It just says that it started around 10:55 a.m. and ended shortly around 3:30 p.m. Let's see. I'm looking, and it's still really nothing there. So he was just in his car, just to be in his car, barricaded. For what reasons, who knows? But good thing that nobody was injured or nobody was hurt, because, you know, I had to look to make sure that there was no injuries. They said he was by himself and he was just, you know, had his gun with him. He probably said, I wouldn't be surprised if he threatened anyone that got close to him. Or maybe, I don't know, did they check to see was he suicidal or whatever, but this guy just, this would have blew my day. If I was in this position and I had to be somewhere to be, I would be mad. Like that Uber driver, I would be pissed. Like they say, he had to cancel a delivery because this guy was having a bad day. Thankfully, he didn't have too much of a bad day where he pulled that thing that fool did down there in Atlanta, because, you know, he just had a bad day too. But like I said, this is the difference between us and them. If we were to have a standoff, I highly doubt it would end like this. And if it did, it would be a very rare occasion, because we already know how we get handled and dealt with. We saw what happened with Caron Nazario and so many other black men in particular. And Sandra Bland, you can see how that pig dealt with her back in 2015. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you have not done so already. Make sure that you text the number that is pinned down in the comments below to receive notifications every time I upload a new video or go live.